In this video we'll be talking about the operators and loops. In the previous video we have talked about the variables. So let's go and say a is equals to 5 and let b is equals to 6. Now we can perform operations with these operators. So common operators are addition operator, and I'm going to copy this, and subtraction and division and the remainder operator. So the remainder gives the remainder. So let's go and run this and we can see the output. You can also change using the shorthand notation. So a plus is equals to 10. So this will change the value to 15. So let's run this. Oh, we are not printing this. Now the value 15 is shown. You can do that with any operator as well. Minus, forgot multiplication. So now we will get the output 50. You can even say, so this is the shorthand notation. So this is the comment in Rust. A is equals to a plus 10. So this is a shorthand notation for this expression. And if you want to put the multi-line comments, use slash star and star slash. This is similar to C style comments. Now run this and this code will not be executed. This will be ignored. And the next one we are going to discuss are the bitwise operators, and these will perform on the bits. So that is A or B. So take the binary form of A and take the binary form of B and do the bitwise OR. So take the least significant bit, starting from least significant bit to most significant bit, go and do OR operation. So the OR operation would be like, if both bits are zeros, then only the result will be 0. If any of the bit is 1, then the output will be 1. So you can do that with calculator as well, you will get the same results. So, and also we have bitwise AND. So these are the operators we can perform just like in other programming languages. Now let's move on to the loops. So let's go, let's see if we can print 1 to 100 numbers. So first loop we will be looking is the for loop. So for I, so I is the iterator value, so it will take the values from 0 to 100. So for I in, and there is a range operator, that is a dot dot. On the left side you need to include, the starting number 0, and the right side you need to include the ending 100. So this means the I will iterate over from 0 to 100 values. Also remember that 0 is inclusive and 100 is exclusive. That means the I will go from 0 to 99. So let's go and print this I. Let's run this one. And we can see the values from 0 to 99. To get the 100 value also we can say 101. So this is the for loop, and there is also a while loop. We need to put the condition while I. So let's declare I is equals, let mute I is equals to 0. Also note that this I value is dropped whenever this scope has been completed. Then that means this is the fresh I value. So let's say while I less than 101. Let's go and print this. and what we need to do is we need to increment the I value. Now we can say I plus is equals to 1, or we can say I plus plus. And notice we can see the red one, and rest has no postfix increment operator, so that means we need to do like this: I plus is equals to 1, same like as in Python. If you do not increment the value, it will be going into the infinite loop, and we get 0 to 100 values. And let me so let's say there is another if loop. So if is used to check the condition. So we have I is equals to 0, and after this loop I will be is equals to 100. Let's go and check this one. If I is equals to 100, then I am going to print something. I is 100. So let's run this and see whether it's true or not. So it's not true. Oh, so I is greater than 100. Okay, so at 101 point we have at 100th point it checked and it exited, and after before that one we have incremented. So at 100 point we have incremented, and 101 is less than 101, so it broke the loop. So that's why we got the value I 101. And we can say else if. We can also say I less than 200, I is less than 200, and we need to specify the else loop. Else to say I is not in between 100 and 200. Remember that if there is an else if, there must be else, and we can use if and else normally without else if. If there is an else if, there should be a must and should be else. So let's go and run this, and I is 100. So I is greater than 100, and let me change this to I is equals to 20. Now we should get this string get printed out. I is not in between 100 and 200. Okay, so we need to add another condition also, because 20 is obviously less than 200, so that's why it is printing here and directly exiting. So we can say and let's add some brackets. I is equals to 200 and I greater than 100, then only print this, otherwise we are going to print this one. Now we should see this string. Okay, I is less than 200. Sorry, I is greater than 100. Sorry for that. So now we can see we got the third string. So these loops, these are the loops, and one more loop we are going to cover is loop. So this has so much advantage over the normal loops. Let's say I is equals to 0 again. This is the infinite loop by default. We need to set some certain breaking condition. So let's say if I is equals to 50, then we can say break. So the break means we are breaking out of this outer loop. So this loop will be ended and the next instructions will be executed. Now I can say print ln I. Sorry. Now I can go and print the I value, and after that I need to increment the I value. So let's run this, and we can see from 0 to 49. So that is good. There is one advantage to this rupees. Whenever you define something variable in here, let x is equals to 10, and you need to set the breaking condition based on this x value, then this loop will be very helpful. I faced this problem in parsing the PE file, which will be seen in the future videos in this course. So whenever in normal loops, the value will be the same whenever this we go out of this scope. So that's why this loop will be very helpful. So that's all for this operators and loops in Rust.